Washington, Port St. Joe.
Go Tiger Sharks.
No one wants to deal with a plumbing, electrical, or HVAC emergency. It's even worse when you're not sure what it'll cost, when it'll get fixed, or if someone's just selling you something. When you call Hiller, you can trust our experts to actually solve your home's problems quickly. And with true transparency pricing, you know the price you're told is the price you'll actually pay. Book online now at happyhiller.com. Happy you'll be, or the service is free.
Call the Happy Face Truck today.
With over 4 decades in business, Instant Replay Sports Cards is happy to take your collection to the next level. All new hobby boxes, signed memorabilia, and supplies. New and vintage cards and Pokemon. Buy, sell, and trade. They're an authorized source for Topps, Panini, Upper Deck, and Leaf cards. Instant Replay Sports Cards inside the Stanford Station on 23rd Street next to Academy Sports. Come see the bigger store and the larger inventory, or visit online, instantReplaySportsCards.com.
Tired of boring merch and want your brand to stand out like the big names? Elevate your look with Red 7 Tees. They don't just print shirts, they create bold identities. They are a veteran-owned custom apparel shop providing the kind of detail that turns heads, using high-quality digital printing and embroidery to give you that unique style you love with no minimums or cookie-cutter designs. From small business to sports teams, if you've got a vision, they'll help you wear it proudly. Visit red7tees.com.
Are you looking for a place to take a leak? Do you have a truck, tractor, or other hydraulic equipment leaking or not performing as it should? At Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, we can get you back to work. Do you have a busted or leaking hose? We can typically replace them while you wait. Hydraulic cylinder or pump needing repair? In many cases, we can have it back to you the next day. Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, 6840 Highway 77 in Southport, just south of Tractor Supply. The best place in town to take a leak.
Man, I loved playing high school sports growing up. And it's fun being a fan now, don't get me wrong, but sitting in the stands feels like I'm missing out on all the action, you know? I wanted to get back in the game, so I signed up to be a high school official. It takes me back to my playing days. I'm supporting students, and I get paid to make the big calls. Do you want to see the game up close? Sign up to become an official in Florida at highschoolofficials.com.
6 Lynn Haven, WVLQ, Port St. Joe. Powered by Panama City Toyota, ESPN Northwest Florida. And now, the Gulf Coast's newest sports talk host.
Hey, there's the new guy.
Paul Wilson.
I'm sick and tired of carrying all the weight.
Paul is your pipeline to the heart of the action. Hot takes, big reactions, and your calls are incoming.
The product on the field is pathetic.
The Sports Blitz on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Friday. You are listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. I'm so excited. We've made it to the weekend, baby. I am pumped up. We've got all kinds of stuff going on. We got college football. We've got Friday Night Lights. We've got the NFL. We've got baseball that teams are trying to make the wild card. We got a plethora of sports going on this Friday. I'm pumped up about it. As always on Friday, we got the LSU wearing shirt, Jeff in the building. What's up, Jeffrey?
We also had a SEC spitting contest last night.
Yes, we did. Yeah. We'll get to talking about that. And as always, we got USA Chef in the building. How you doing, Chef?
I'm doing great.
Good. Good to see you. And always in the glass bubble back there, we got the Panama City Beach rowing crew, Bone Crusher.
Good to be here. Good to be here. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Good to see you today. Man, guys, I'm excited. It's supposed to be a great weekend. It's supposed to be beautiful outside. It's supposed to be no rain, so you can do whatever you like. It's going to be a great time. We can watch football. We can watch baseball. We can watch whatever tickles your fancy and I'm excited about it. So, y'all got any big plans for the weekend? Anybody got any big plans?
Work.
No work.
I got work.
You got work? You work on the weekends?
I work on weekends, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Airplanes come in all weekend, man.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you worked on the weekend.
Oh, yeah.
All right,
sure.
well, I
get to watch Bama break their losing streak.
Yeah.
They're on a 2-game losing streak.
Yeah.
Clemson?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's fair.
Oh, my goodness.
That's fair.
And Clemson's on a 2-game losing streak, too.
Yeah.
You know, I was thinking about this while I was driving today, and I was like, you know, you can't sell me on this dream. And it's not really a dream, but it is kind of a dream, is that a week ago we were talking about Texas, Georgia, and Alabama as being the 3 top-ranked SEC teams. And now you're trying to sell me that LSU's the highest-ranked SEC team?
I'm not buying it.
I'm not buying it either. And I'm a fan. I'm sorry.
Right.
You just don't flip the script like that on me. You can't go number 4 to number 1 like in a 7-point win.
No.
You know, you get a 16-point win against Clemson. I'm buying it, but not 7.
Yeah. So how many teams made the playoff last year? You had 12, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so, and only one team out of the 12 won, right?
Yeah.
And so every team that lost week 1 that made the playoff last year, they got a 2-game losing streak going on right now. If you
I see what you're saying. Like Boise.
Like Bama, like Texas. We all got 2 games.
So now
Notre Dame.
Yeah.
We got 2-game losing streaks.
Arizona State snapped theirs.
That's right.
Did SMU win last Saturday?
They did.
So they're playing a 3-game losing streak.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And they started at, 11-1 last year?
11-1. Yeah.
11-1.
They threw the wrench in the
But
playoff.
here's the thing, you know, I don't know how we all picked. I know I picked Baylor against SMU.
Yeah.
And,
Didn't work out.
No, this weekend.
Oh, this weekend.
This weekend's Baylor's playing SMU.
I think SMU will get on the winning train with that one.
I got Baylor.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
And so if you look...
and by the way, a caller got in touch with me and said they looked back at the day before. I did pick Missouri, not Kansas. Because yesterday I was kind of like, did I pick Kansas? Was I drunk? I was like, no, I was not drunk. I actually did pick Missouri.
Okay, I was thinking you picked Kansas for whatever reason.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's okay.
Maybe it was something else. Maybe it
Basketball.
was no, it wasn't. Maybe it was the SMU game. The Baylor. I was thinking that might have been what it was.
I flipped it on
SMU has the same color as Kansas.
Oh,
Red
that's
and
true.
Blue. Yeah,
that's true.
So that's probably what I was thinking about when you...
I never even thought about that analogy.
Yeah, so...
But see, I have SMU as a top 3 helmet in the nation, which, you know, a lot of people will disagree with, especially Seminole fans, because they think that they have, like, this great helmet. I'm like, it looks you're okay. You're okay.
Well, like, the Seminoles, to me, looks like a CFL helmet or like I don't know, like a XFL type style helmet. So what is your favorite helmet?
Michigan.
Michigan? Really? What's your favorite helmet?
I don't know. I like the throwback Packer helmet when they wear the blue and the just a simple gold helmet.
He's a Packer fan, regardless.
Well, you know what? I do like the G, and I do think the Packers do it better than the Georgia Bulldogs. But, I mean, it is... If you're doing NFL and college, I'd put Packers top 10. I just kind of like the G. I don't know what it is about it. And I hate block letters, by the way. I do not like block letters.
Well, the other helmet that I like, if you want to go with a different style of helmet, Ole Miss's baby blue helmet's pretty. It's pretty out there.
It is.
And I do like UK's chrome helmet. That's pretty good.
I don't like that.
You ought to see it with the lights on it. It's shining. It makes looks like stars everywhere on the... So if there's not any stars on UK's team, at least their helmets look good. So either way.
I'm going to throw a shout out to Hawaii, too.
Hawaii?
The rainbow coming out of the H.
Oh, yeah.
Nah.
That's...
I'm not a big
That's
fan
not
of
top 10, but, you know.
That's still
That's
good.
Okay.
All right, so we got some breaking news that we need to discuss. We got a few things that we want to share before we get started. Caitlin Clark. I know we don't talk much about the WNBA. Not many people do.
We won't talk about him again after this.
So Caitlin Clark.
I'll be done.
Caitlin Clark is giving it up for the rest of the season. She's going to go ahead and put her, I guess you put her sneakers up. I guess that's what they call them. Instead of hanging your cleats up, you hang your sneakers up. So she's putting those up. She's done. I think basketball, WNBA is going to definitely go down without her there. So either way, I think you're right. That's probably all we got. There's really nothing else to talk about.
We might revisit once they get to like the Final Four too. They don't even call it Final Four. I know they don't call it Final Four, but semis, you know.
Yeah. Other breaking news: former Alabama wide receiver, one of my favorites, Amari Cooper, has decided that he does not want to play in the NFL anymore. He was signed last week with the Las Vegas Raiders and then decided after he saw Geno Smith throw a couple passes that he decided, I don't want to play anymore.
Oh, man. Why are you going to do Geno like that?
Well, I mean, what else could it be? I mean, because in his press conference, when his press conference, he said, his words were, I've got a lot left in the tank. I want to show everybody what I can still do. I can still be effective, and I can still play this game. He has a week of practice with Geno, and he's out.
So was he talking the craps table? He had a lot left in that tank, or the football field?
I don't know. All I know is he's out. He's done. He's decided he's not going to do it anymore.
I don't want to disagree, but I will also bring up the option that maybe the coaching in him didn't jive.
Pete Carroll, I feel like he's a player's coach.
Assistants.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Coordinators especially.
Yeah.
I just feel position coach.
I don't know. I just feel like Pete Carroll's one of those guys that you kind of want to play for. Yeah. I don't know.
But he's also not the throw it around the yard kind of guy, and every wide receiver wants every quarterback to throw the ball around the yard.
Yeah, but everybody's going to try to run the ball. You got to establish the run in the NFL for sure. And, I mean, Ashton Genty is who they've got over there. Yeah. And, I mean, they're probably going to hand it off of him quite a bit, but still, I mean, he's played enough in the NFL. It's not a money thing. So what else could it be except for he didn't like the way it looked. He didn't think they had a good shot, or he doesn't want to go across the middle and take some hits. I mean, because, Geno might have left him out to dry a couple of times.
I mean, in practice, to me, it just run him to death. I mean, you know how Bo Jackson was, where he said blood on the saddle. You ever heard that?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, you're not running me to death just so you can,
Yeah.
I'm not doing all that. You know who I'm Bo Jackson.
I'm Bo Jackson.
And he was. He was.
Yeah, he was probably the greatest athlete to ever play football for sure.
Yeah.
But other breaking news, this is probably going to be huge, but we've got Floyd Mayweather fighting Mike Tyson in an exhibition in the spring of 2026. So there you go, guys. Mike Tyson fighting Floyd Mayweather. Now, they're both probably the same height, but I don't think they're the same weight.
Yeah?
No.
Well, okay, so here's the thing. Definitely aren't the same weight, because Mike's, got to be
probably 220 somewhere.
I was going to say 226, 225, somewhere up in that range.
Can I just say something?
He's lightweight. I'm bigger than him. That's bad. That's awful.
Can I just say something? You're so literal. I love it. You're like 225, 226. You couldn't just say 225. Yeah. That's something.
Well, here's the other thing. I had to look up what his age was, because I was like, is he 60? And then I looked it up. He's 59. But if it's in spring of next year, he probably has a birthday. I didn't look up what day his birthday is. So he might be 60 fighting next year.
Yeah.
60.
So my son, he has the one of those virtual reality headsets that you can play games and all on.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a boxing game on there where you can go boxing. You can box in the ring, or you can take it out and box on the street. And so I've come home before, and like my son was visiting from UK. And so he had it. This has been a while back. So when I come home, my son was sweating to death, like sweating down, my older son. My younger son was laying on the couch sweating down. And they were like, Dad, you got to get in. You got to do this. This is awesome. It's so fun. And so, you're boxing. Yeah, they've got the handles with the virtual reality headset, and they're doing the boxing, and you have to duck, and you have to bob and weave, and you have to take swing and do punches. And so I was like, yeah, no problem. I come in after work, and I was like, yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, just let me know when it's my turn. So I was like, okay, Dad, it's your turn. So I get in there and I start punching. And, I'm wearing this guy out. But, he's got an iron of a jaw. So, he's taking everything I'm giving him. Blood's going everywhere. I'm feeling good. I'm popping him. And I'm just like, man, I'm feeling good. And I look over kind of where the clock is. And we've only been doing this for like 50 seconds. We still got 2 minutes to go. And I'm just like, man, I'm wearing him out. I'm bobbing and weaving. I don't want to lose. They've been winning all day. I want to show them that Dad still got it. And so that first round, I knocked him down maybe once or twice. And so the second round starts. And I just told them, and they said, "What are you doing? What are you doing? Whoa, whoa, whoa! What are you doing?" I said, "I'm feeling kind of lightheaded. I'm done. I can't do it." So for 2 minutes, I think it was 3 minutes and 20-second rounds. I think it was what the rounds were, and I was trying to do that. So I said all that to say, to be a 60-year-old. I'm 48 years old, but to be a 60-year-old, and you think, oh, it's just an exhibition or whatever, but to hold them, I don't know if they're going to be 6-pound or 8-pound or 12-pound, 10-pound gloves, whatever they are, but to be able to dance around and hit somebody and take licks. Now, obviously, you know, Floyd Mayweather, he hasn't knocked out many people in boxing. He's usually outscored them, but you know, still just getting hit in the face and then having to move and stay active and still jab and punch. For a 60-year-old fighter, man, that I don't care how long you've been boxing, that's tough. And I don't care how many jump ropes you do in the gym, but that's real tough to box. I mean, Chef, you think you could go and box 2 rounds of, you know, just against anybody in the local area?
Not at all.
I mean, do you think you could probably do it without being, like, super exhausted? Because I've seen, I don't know if you remember Kimbo Slice's last fight. They just all started falling on each other. They couldn't fight anymore. They were physically exhausted. And they couldn't do it. So
you're asking, okay, if you're asking 3-minute rounds and you're saying 2 rounds I can go?
Yeah.
I could do that.
Yeah.
I could do that.
But do you run? Do you have to do cardio and stuff at the gym and all? Like you feel like you could do it?
A little bit. I mean, I'm on a ramp at the airport, and I'm running, not just, well, I don't run around as much, but you walk around a lot.
Hold on, man.
Do a lot of paces and all that.
Hold on, man. Hold on.
Yeah.
Listen. I get it. You know what? I know some guys in the boxing area in the local circuit around here.
Yeah.
What we're going to do is we're going to go film this, all right? We're going to get you in the ring against one of those guys, and we're going to see if you can last for two rounds, like a legitimate 2-round boxing match. And what
just
we'll do,
2?
Yeah, just 2. We'll see if you can go two rounds with, say, just a guy that's going to pop around and
well, I mean, how old's this kid?
Well, he's probably going to be
12.
way younger.
I bet.
But I'm just saying.
I mean, if it's a 20 or 24-year-old, yeah, I'll be having problems.
Well, I'm not
Obviously.
talking. Okay, but this is the thing. I'm not talking about you winning the fight.
You're just talking about
I'm just
hanging
talking
in
about
there.
just staying in there and being able to.
Yeah.
Not him hitting you hard. I'm just talking about staying active and punching.
Oh, yeah.
For
I
a
could totally.
consistency of that time. And then what we'll do is we can video you the next day to see. I'm gonna come around you and poke you and see if you'll be sore in your rib cage and all that.
Yeah,
Because
I
if
think-
you don't specifically train
a
certain way.
Oh, I know.
You know, walking up your little ramp at the airport's not going to save you.
And just doing, bench press, incline, pull down, low pulley, and all that. Because I've got a lot of back muscles that, you know, I guess the average person doesn't have. You know what I mean?
No, I don't.
I mean,
You
when guys work out, they do 2 main muscles when they're doing the upper body, and a lot of them they kind of neglect the lower body. But what do they go for? For show. What do they do?
Biceps.
You know what it is, Paul?
Yeah,
It's biceps
and chest
and pecs.
Yeah.
And that's what they do. And they neglect all the other muscles, you know? And with the chest, at least you're doing the triceps. I have better delts than most people, and it's genetic. It's not really just doing the shoulder press and everything.
That's from the Cajun side, right?
Stirring the gumbo pot?
Maybe. It might be, yeah. That is true. Making a roux. So, yeah, I mean, at 52, I think I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah, I think so,
The
too.
only problem is that, you know, I talk about 255 pounds.
Yeah.
But it's, you know, it's not solid muscle like it was back in my 20s. Because I was solid, like, low body fat.
Yeah.
And then now it's like you're having to carry all that extra weight. I mean, you do it when you go hiking. I've gone hiking, and I mean, like, it's been about 4 years since I went hiking and everything. And I have stairs at my condo. Not that it really counts all that much, but you do it from time to time. Dave's laughing at me. But I mean, I think my stamina for a 52-year-old is great.
Yeah.
But you care to, compare me to a 35-year-old? Yeah, they're going to beat me.
Yeah, and I'm not saying like a one-on-one match to where we're going to see who can outscore. I'm just saying getting out there punching.
And jumping around.
Yeah, moving.
If you aren't swinging, you better be moving.
And then I will tell him in his corner, because I'm going to be in his corner.
I'm over here safe. Protect me.
I'm going to tell him to hit you in the mouth a couple of times. We'll get you a mouthpiece. That's fine.
Okay, don't be a girl on me here. Don't be a girl on me here. How much do you weigh, Paul?
I'm 192.
192. Mm-hmm. That's good, healthy weight.
Yeah.
And you're like 6'1",
6 foot. Yeah.
So the reach is really not going to be that big of a difference because I'm 6'3".
Yeah.
And I'm leg long, so I'm not arm long.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know, there's like a lot of people that are like disproportionate.
Yeah. Well, that's like if you look at the NFL when they do their measurements, they'll see their wingspan and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So that really matters. But
so the reach is not going to be different between me and you, and you're 40, whatever you are.
48. But
you're 48?
Yeah.
Oh,
Do I smell a fight being set up here?
No, I'm not doing that. I already did it.
I know some promoters.
I already won it. I won my
virtual
fight.
reality, not against his sons, though.
No.
His sons should have said, Dad, let's fight, Well,
I don't think I don't know if you can do it, but either way.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
But just to think about, to pull this back in.
60.
After you think about Mike Tyson being 60 years old, now a lot of people watched him and Jake Paul fight on Netflix, and I mean whether it was staged, whether this or that, you just still being able to be out there and fight at 59 years old.
And Jake was 34. I think he's getting older. People don't realize that. Did
you watch the fight? Jake Paul and Mike Tyson?
Yeah, it was pretty weak.
Yeah.
It was weak.
But I mean, if the average person, that's what I'm going for, is the average person don't realize how hard it is for boxing. Mm-hmm. And then when you say a guy that's 60 years old out there fighting, boxing, I don't care how good of shape you're in. I don't care how long you've done it. It's still hard, and it's still impressive if you can go out there and do it. Now, I didn't know Schwarzenegger over here is, the epitome of what bodybuilding and boxing is. But the thing is, I mean, it's still a tough deal.
But just like anything, I'm not saying power is what boxing is all about, because it's not. I mean, stamina and, like you were saying, the cardio and everything. The last time I put on boxing gloves, I was like maybe 10 years old, and it was against my brother, who was 3.5 years older than me.
Yeah.
Of course, his reach. Well, his reach was so much more than me that, I was relentless. I didn't want to quit. And he started, we were fighting, and he was hurting me, and I was crying, and he said, I got to stop. And I said, no, we'll keep going. And he goes, no, man, I got to stop. I'm getting in trouble with Mom and Dad. Because he's like 14 and I'm 10.
I'm going to swell your eyes up.
And I said, no, man, you're not stopping. And I was keep on coming at him. But, 3.5 years of age back then, that was a big difference.
Yeah.
No, and I was like 10 years old. I was like, I'm not quitting. No, now here's the question, though. What was my dad and mom thinking? Giving matching boxing gloves to brothers. You would not do that to you have a son and a daughter, though.
Right.
But if you had two sons, that's
not on that age difference. I wouldn't want to know, because even my son now and my daughter that's here with us as well, she and him get into fights, and he's 9 and she's 13. So they still, and it's still, she's way bigger and stronger than him. Yeah. So there's just no reason to do that.
I'd rather watch that than the Tyson.
That's right. Yeah, because both of them they throw punches from the hip. So they do.
My daughters, I have 2 daughters, right? Only, and they're 2.5 years in a difference in age. And the little one beats up the older one.
Yeah. Sometimes that happens. And usually what happens is
back when even younger.
Usually when the younger one grows up, if he or she was the one that got picked on, normally they usually catch up and they give them a little bit of extra business when they get older, for sure. So me and my brother are 9 years different, so it was kind of like I was a father figure more than we never fought because I was older, way older, So either way. But when we come back, we're going to discuss some Florida Gator football. We got an insider for the Florida Gators. You're listening to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Call in now.
This is Touchstone Service.
The Red 70 studio line is open.
Demonstrate how to make a call with your dial telephone.
850-215-6290. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida is your home for the NFL.
Touchdown, Denver!
We bring you the biggest games every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night.
Oh, he's got the first down!
Plus, we'll broadcast more college football games than ever before.
He did what?
Live NFL and college football play here.
Unbelievable!
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good afternoon. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with Friday's weather forecast. Sunny the remainder of the day with temps near 90 and a wind 5 to 10 miles per hour. Clear skies tonight, a very light wind and a temperature of 76. About the same tomorrow, around 89 with mostly sunshine and a wind coming out of the west at 5 miles per hour. Mostly sunny Sunday, a light breeze and hot around 90. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for listening to ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Looking for dependable civil construction in the Florida Panhandle? CBC Construction has you covered. From land clearing and drainage to roads and underground utilities, CBC delivers high-quality work on time and on budget. Locally owned and operated, CBC is trusted by schools, developers, and municipalities. To learn more, call CBC Construction 850-740-3815 or visit cbcconstruction.com. That's cbcconstruction.com.
Signworks, a business serving businesses since 1985. Everything from signs and banners, vehicles and boats, magnetic and real estate signs, contractor signs, and much more. Signworks can do large format, full color printing too. Signworks, a real professional in the business world. Call Signworks at 785-8899. Signworks, 850-785-8899. This is your home for Auburn football.
20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown! Touchdown, Auburn! Brady Shaw. It's going to be a run. Jackson Arnold's got it. Jackson Arnold, 10, 5. He dances into the end zone. Touchdown, Auburn!
Saturday, kickoff on the Plains against Ball State, exclusively on the Auburn Sports Network.
Coverage starts Saturday at 5:30, kickoff at 6:30 on your home for college football. ESPN Northwest Florida.
You found us inside the CBC Construction Studios. They're number one in the men's room.
I hope this place comes with toilet paper.
The Sports Blitz.
Oh, geez, this is going to be a photo finish.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson here on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Don't forget, you can call in, you can text in on the Red 70s phone line, 850-215-6290. We're having a blast here on this Friday. Man, it is doing good. And when you look at it, we are talking about boxing during the middle of football season, which is crazy to even think about.
It's not the middle, it's the beginning.
Well, I'm saying right in the middle of starting football season.
Yeah.
So it's just crazy. And man, I never really realized that you were in such tip-top shape back in your 20s. So that let me know that, you were pretty awesome. So it's good. I appreciate it.
I thought about walking on to LSU's football team when I was there. But
really?
I just couldn't put on any weight. I was sitting at 175 and I couldn't tack on the weight. But, as soon as you join a program like that, they beef you up real good.
Yeah, well, they beef you up if you make the team, and then they don't really treat the walk-ons as good as they do the players, really.
Yeah.
I mean, you get to play, and as far as that practice, but most of the time you run that scout team. So either way, that's go ahead.
That one time an entire team walked out so that the walk-on could get a jersey and play. Made a whole movie about it.
Which one?
Which one?
Oh, Rudy.
Oh, yeah. Some of that was real.
Sensationalized, yeah.
Yeah, some of it was real.
Montana's actually commented on that, too.
Yeah, that's true. Well, we're excited. We are on the phone with a Florida Gator insider, college football analyst, Christopher Hobby. Some of you may know him as Christopher Hobbzilla. Christopher, how you doing, my man?
I'm doing great, man. We're getting closer to Saturday.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Chris, you are a Florida Gator insider, so we do have some questions for you. We're so thankful that you joined us. Where can people find you as far as finding your stuff, whether it be on Facebook or whatever other places that you put your content out? Where can they find you at?
I'm on Facebook. I'm on X, which formerly was Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. You can find me under the handle Christopher Hobby, which is my name, or people call me Christopher Hobbzilla. You can find me that way as well.
So, Christopher, are you by chance a boxer or anything like that? We've been talking about boxing here because Mayweather and Tyson are going to be fighting, and one of my guys here, LSU Jeff, he's a big fan of LSU, and he let me know that he could probably box about 2 to 3 rounds right now. That Hobbzilla thing, that's not your boxing name, is it?
No, I used to actually do a lot of weightlifting, and that's actually how I got the nickname.
Okay, well, that's cool. All right, so let's get to business of what we've been talking about, what we've been thinking about. So tell us, because there's been a lot of chatter online to start the season that there were problems. You know, we heard there were pictures taken of DJ Lagway with a boot, walking boot in the beginning. There were pictures where they said, oh, well, DJ Lagway, you can't see his feet or his legs in any of their pictures that they took with the team. How's DJ doing right now as far as being physically, good and 100%?
Okay. So DJ actually is healthy. He's good to go. He's ready to play football. You've seen him play, against LSU, Ole Miss, Florida State, just shrugging defenders off injured. So it doesn't really matter if he's 100%, but my source tells me that he is fine. The media is just blowing this all out of proportion. And it's actually someone that's kin to him. And he gives me a lot of great information. I knew about DJ having the Jordan brand deal before it went, big recently in the past week or so, about a month ago. So he gives me great information, but DJ's ready. People got a little bit, upset with the LIU game because he didn't look like he was 100% in it, and he threw a few bad passes. But DJ's completely fine. He's just a guy that wants to always do his best. So he may have been a little bit disappointed in the rust he had during that game with LIU. But he still threw for 3 touchdowns and played pretty good to me.
Yeah. Well, let's go on to more of the team. What kind of injuries, obviously when you're playing LIU, a team that you handily beat, what are the injuries right now that you've got for Florida that might be significant for this game coming into playing USF?
I mean, honestly, right now the team is pretty healthy. People don't understand that Billy is a lot more strategic than people think, and I think a lot of this is actually just kind of chess. This guy's hurt, that guy's hurt. Because remember, USF is a good team. They beat Boise State. We don't know how good Boise State is. Ashton Genty may have been the entire team. And now moving forward, Florida has LSU right after USF in Death Valley. So I think they're not coming forward with everything. Caleb Banks is somebody that, has been injured that we need by LSU for sure. So that's someone I'm concerned about a little bit. But other than that, Florida is pretty healthy. Dallas Wilson, we haven't seen him touch the field. People went crazy over Vernell Brown III, but wait till they get a load of Dallas Wilson. He's more of a Jeremiah Smith-built wide receiver, and I really think Florida's got something there, and they want to keep him healthy and keep some tape off of him, so he might not even play against USF. But I was told by another Florida insider that Dallas Wilson is healthy, and he's going to be a menace.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, I want to go back to what you started off with when we were talking about it. I'm not a believer in Boise State at all. I don't think they're that good at all. I think the win over Boise, the curb stomping is what I called it when USF beat them. So, you know, that's just one of those things. Yeah, Boise's been a team that you look at in the past, but I agree with you. I don't know if they're going to be that good. So I'm not sure, and I'm not totally sold on South Florida. Do I think that they might be all right or they might have a good team? That's fine. But my analysis is that a lot of the tackles, if you saw it from Boise missed a lot of tackles. They had USF's quarterback in the backfield. They had him out in the flats, and he just kind of shrugged them off. And Florida is not going to miss that many tackles. They're going to beat them up. They're going to, chew them up on that offensive line, that defensive line. And so I agree with you, and I think that's the key. Now, a lot of things that we have seen over the time, everybody talked about how hot Billy Napier's seat was. And, coming into the season, everybody was saying it's all on the back of DJ Lagway. And because of how good he played in those good big games at the end of the season when they went on the run that they made at the end. Do you think that there's any of that talk still kind of lingering around with the Gator fans or even in the inside part of the Gators locker room?
Not so much. I mean, the fans are always going to doubt. I mean, a lot of them are, still convinced DJ Lagway is just terribly injured, and you just saw him play a good game, So
yeah,
half of a game.
Yeah, exactly. And then, but me personally, I didn't want him to play more than one quarter. So
yeah,
it's basically the defense for Florida is going to be its best under Billy Napier this year. I don't think there's any, doubt as much from the team itself or anything like that. It's more or less, the fan base has, had problems accepting Billy thus far.
Yeah, we're talking with Christopher Hobby, Gator Insider, college football analyst. Now, let's talk about that secondary deal that nobody really has talked about. I've got some friends that are Florida fans, and, we discuss stuff during the week. And a lot of Florida fans are really getting excited about the future because of your backup quarterback. They said he looked really good. Obviously, you're playing Long Island. I get it. He might have done better with, Long Island Iced Tea probably would have knocked him down better than the Long Island team. But either way, when you look at him, tell us a little bit about him, maybe for the fans that don't know anything about him or the people that don't know anybody that's listening right now.
Gladly. Tramel Jones was a kid that was committed to Florida State. I'm highly involved in following Florida recruiting and just Florida State recruiting, Miami recruiting, things like that. And Tramel Jones was somebody that once I saw him sign with Florida or commit to Florida State, I was like, oh no, he's going to be a problem. I've watched a lot of it, everything like that. And then he ended up flipping to Florida. And then I'm like, what are we going to do with this guy? Is he going to transfer? Who's going to? One of them's got to go. There can be only one, kind of thing. But we also got Harrison Bailey at the same time from Louisville. And I was thinking, Harrison Bailey was going to be the next, decent backup for Florida. But once we got Tramel Jones and I realized that he had, because they waited until halftime of that game. It didn't get exposed. I don't know one insider that knew Tramel Jones was 100% Florida's backup until the news broke at halftime. Then the story breaks from all your major other people saying, hey, look, Tramel Jones is the backup.
Wow.
It's a really good thing. Tramel Jones, he reminds me a lot of DJ in ways. So, I mean, I really followed him and Julian Sayin a lot. And Julian Sayin, you see what he's doing at Ohio State. That's kind of who he reminds me of, just more mobile.
Yeah.
So, but I think great hands if we do have to go to a, say DJ does have an injury problem and we have to go to Tramel Jones, I think he will pick up the pace greatly.
Yeah, because I heard he can move out of the pocket really good, and he's he's a very mobile quarterback. Well, real quick, we've got about 4 minutes. Yeah, we've got about 4 minutes left before we take our next break. Let's get into, I don't like to look ahead. I just believe, Florida's going to be too big, too fast, too strong for USF. I think it might be close early, but I think they'll pull off as it gets longer, and I believe that they'll be able to run the football, and then that'll spell trouble for USF because I don't think they have a bunch of depth. But either way, man, Florida's schedule, that's something that needs to be talked about. You got LSU away, you got Miami away, and then you got Texas at home. When you look at those 3 games, let's just, I know you're a Florida fan, but I'm a realist. I'm an Alabama fan. I'm a realist. We struggled this past weekend. It was a really bad deal. But realistically, if Florida can get away with just 1 loss on those 3 games, I mean, that would be like the best thing in the world. Would you agree with that? Or, I mean, are you dialed in that these guys are going to go 3-0 against that tough of competition back to back to back like that?
I mean, I feel like they will go 3-0. I mean, LSU's the only. Basically, what I've done is I've picked Florida to go 10-2 this year, and the 2 losses that I currently have is Texas A&M because it's a away game, and LSU is an away game. But I'm really not as concerned with Texas, and I wasn't concerned with them before the game with Ohio State that much because I really feel like at home Florida is going to be a big problem for Texas, especially after seeing Arch Manning, his debut and everything. But I really feel like the big games for Florida to worry about are the away games. I think as long as they're at home, they're fine. So Death Valley LSU loss is a possibility, but I have us picked to go, 10-2, 9-3, the worst case scenario.
Yeah, I'm looking at, and this is really crazy for me because, coming into the season, I was a big doubter of the ACC, and which Jeff has been on my back about, talking bad about the ACC, and I almost called him ACC Jeff for the whole time that he's been doing all this mess. But either way, I think Miami's going to be tough. I know you know what you're going to get when you go to LSU. I know, Texas, it'll probably be a lot different Texas team by the time you guys play them. So, either way, that'll be the thing. But as long as Carson Beck stays healthy, because, I'm just being honest, and then listening to, we've got an insider from Miami that we talked to as well, and he's spinning the ball. And, I watched that full game the other night against Notre Dame, and people can say what they want about Notre Dame's defense or if they were really doing this or that because Notre Dame's schedule has been easy in the past, that they kind of, didn't show a lot. But I think that Miami game is going to be tough. I know that, they're playing in the stadium that they always play in, and it hadn't been whatever, but that stadium the other night was rocking. And so I could see that Florida-Miami game getting back to an 80s matchup or a 90s matchup where it was, some really hard-nosed football. So we've got about a minute left. So you think that Florida realistically is going to go 10-2, so that would put them in the college football playoff, right?
Yes, it would. They've even said 9-3 would probably put them in the playoff. And I agree with you. Miami is going to be tough. I had to pick somebody, and I did not want to pick Miami, but LSU and Texas A&M, because Texas A&M returns almost the entire team. So they beat Florida prior.
You don't think that Tennessee playing in Gainesville is about the same, I don't want to say stamina, but the same strength as a Hurricanes team?
I don't know. Tennessee, Florida has always had Tennessee's number for the most part. We beat them so many times out of the past 30 years.
True, you're right.
Yeah, but Miami, you're right. They are a team to be scared about, but I could not choose Florida to lose to them if I had to pick somebody to lose to.
I was only able to tailgate one time in Gainesville, and it was 2 years ago, and y'all pulled the upset, and that was satisfying. That was great that y'all did that. Let me ask you a couple of questions. So y'all spread out the ball to so many different receivers. That was definitely a positive from this past week. Got experience on that. But what about that kicker missing all those field goals?
Yeah.
That hurt, man. I actually had some, money on Hard Rock on that, and those field goals cost me because I had Florida covering, and a little half point messed me up. He missed 3 field goals, but it's Trey Smack. He's a really tough kicker. I think that he just kind of was playing down to the competition and, wasn't taking everything as serious as he should, and, he's going to grow, and we're going to need him down the road. He's been a great kicker so far. I love Trey Smack, so.
Yeah, well, and you know how it is in those games like that. You're going to need those points, no matter if they're touchdowns. Obviously, you want touchdowns, but being able to kick those field goals really help in those close games. So, but Chris, we appreciate you, man, and we'll stay in touch, and we'll keep getting some updates and some analysis. So, just keep on the phone with us, and we appreciate you coming in. Christopher Hobby, sports analyst. We appreciate you, buddy. Have a good time, and go Gators this weekend.
Thank you, Gators.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it. And when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about some Major League Baseball stuff that happened over the night, and then we're going to get into some more college football and NFL football. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson here on 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida.
In the game. Call or text us now on the Red 7T studio line. 850-215-6290. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida is your college football headquarters for the biggest and best games of the week.
It's a touchdown!
Huge rivalries and your favorite teams in the SEC, ACC, and beyond.
It's a miracle!
The Gators, Hurricanes, LSU, Georgia, Auburn, and Notre Dame play here.
Unbelievable!
The Gulf Coast headquarters for college football is 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
For exciting college football, the best boiled seafood, and the most game day fun, it's Lone Star Boil House. Watch the games on their huge Jumbotron. Challenge your friends to beer pong, cornhole, and oversized Connect 4 in their new adult lounge. Lone Star Boil House is where the locals go for incredible wings, the best boiled seafood, and a new breakfast menu. Saturday and Sunday starting at 9. Crush the follow on Facebook to catch huge game day specials. Lone Star Boil House, 320 West 5th Street, downtown Panama City.
Hewitt Tire and Auto has been in business in Panama City forever. Locals taking care of locals. From the smallest to the largest vehicles, they do it all. But don't take my word for it. Listen to the experts.
Hewitt Tire and Auto, your certified AAA service center and hometown towing.
Visit them online at HewittTire.com.
On Airport Road in Panama City.
850-769-7323. Hewitt Tire and Auto Center and hometown towing.
When it comes to backyard dreams, trust the name that's been making waves for over 65 years. Cox Pools. Serving the entire Florida Panhandle, Cox Pools brings experience, innovation, and quality to every custom pool design. From luxurious spas to resort-style pools, no vision is too big. Make your backyard the place to be with Cox Pools. Cox Pools, 65 years strong and still making a splash. Visit CoxPools.com or call 850-235-7957.
The Kings of the Swamp.
Ball's loose at the 38. Gators got it. Wow.
Join Sean Kelly and the rest of the broadcast team as they bring you Gator football all season long.
Quick race down the near sideline. 20, 15, 10, the 5. Touchdown, Gators.
On your home for Florida football, the Gator Sports Network from Learfield.
The Florida Gators play here. Listen to select games on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Now, we're live and local inside the CBC Construction Studios. Your favorite team is garbage.
Dallas? I don't want you going to Dallas at all.
And we're here to explain why.
That place is crawling with crackheads and debutantes, and half of them play for the Cowboys.
It's time to take out the trash on the Sports Blitz on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. We're so glad that you've tuned in. You can tune in to us on your Facebook, ESPN Northwest Florida, or if you want to go on YouTube, ESPN Northwest Florida. Also, we have an app, ESPN Northwest Florida. How many more times do I need to say ESPN Northwest Florida? As many times as it takes. Also, you can call in, you can text in on the Red 7T's phone line, 850-215-6290. This is a Friday. We got to talk about it. We got the big time Friday night lights here in Bay County. So I'm going to go over the games tonight. Bay High plays North Bay Haven. They're playing at Arnold. So that should be a pretty... not trying to be that way. Bay's really doing good. They're really playing good right now. North Bay Haven still struggling, still trying to figure it out. So it's probably going to be one of those games tonight. Mosley is traveling to Rickards. Is that how you pronounce it? Yeah. Rickards or Rickards? It's Rickards. Okay.
Where's that at?
Tallahassee. Yeah. So they're going to. They're there already. I'm sure they're already warming up and everything. So we're pulling for Coach Tommy Joe Whidden. I like that name, man. I know I say it all the time, but we're pulling for them Mosley Dolphins tonight to pull out the win. And then you got Bozeman. They're going to be traveling or already there to Bluntstown. We're pulling for Bozeman. Let's go, Bozeman. Get the job done. What's Bozeman's?
Bucks.
Bucks. Okay, that's what I thought, but I wasn't sure. And then
they say that. I have a coworker who played for Bozeman.
Yeah,
and they used to let him wear camouflage, and they're where they play. It's out in the woods, right?
Who used to wear camouflage?
Bozeman football team.
The team wore camouflage on the
They had
field?
red numbers and camouflage uniforms. And it's out in the woods because that's north of Southport,
Yeah.
It's like, you go up 77 and you take a right, and it's right there, right?
Yeah.
And so there's no, external light because it's not the city.
Mm-hmm.
And so they made them stop wearing camouflage.
That's a true story?
True story.
Oh, wow.
And this is 5 or 6 years ago, they were wearing camouflage.
So Bozeman was taking all the chances to make sure we win.
Yeah.
You see me, but you don't.
You don't see me. Not at nighttime.
No, you can't see me at nighttime. I'm a camouflage.
That's great.
Yeah, that's
great
wonderful.
Story. Now, Bluntstown is a 15-minute drive for Bozeman because they just go right up and hit 20 and hang a right.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. That's good.
The one thing I do want to say about Bay is watch out for the letdown with that emotional win from last week. I mean, I realize that North Bay Haven doesn't have a whole lot.
Yeah.
And they've had 7 coaches in the last 3 weeks.
Right. Yeah. I mean, and again, I definitely don't want to trash any high school team or nothing like that. But it'll get bad, and it'll get bad early tonight. There definitely will see some JV players play in tonight. Get some opportunity for some of your younger players to play. Bay they're gonna roll tonight for sure. There won't be any letdown with this group. They've got some potential to really make a long run in the state championship. So, and then you got Rutherford. They're going over to Chipley, and so we're pulling for Rutherford maybe to pull out the victory over there. Javion Elliott, one of our guests that's come on the show, defensive back, played for the Buccaneers and the Panthers. He's the defensive backs coach over there. So we're pulling for those guys.
So cool.
Yeah, so he's over there. Wow. And so hopefully we'll be able to hear back from them and see that they win tonight. So Rutherford, we're pulling for you. So Rutherford, Bay, Mosley, and Bozeman probably going to handle business. And also, don't forget, if you're listening to the show, or maybe you're watching on Facebook or listening on YouTube or even the ESPN Northwest Florida app, if you text in, if you call in, however you want to do it, to nominate the Sports Blitz high school football player of the week, that'll be great. We just gave the last 2 weeks the quarterback from Moseman, JP Holzenbach, and then this week's player of the game was Zay Morgan from Bay High School. So great athletes, great guys. Both of those guys are awesome. And we posted their picture, and a lot of people liked it and shared it. And, it's good for kids because, back in the day when we were playing, you only had one opportunity, and that was if possible, the newspaper was going to cover your game. But you always had to have somebody call in the stats. You had to always have somebody to call in the numbers. And sometimes people didn't do it. And so, you as a kid, I remember whenever I started playing high school, I played high school baseball and high school basketball. And to see your name in a newspaper, and even if they give you just a small little article, was awesome. And they would keep up with your stats. You know, that's one thing about the internet that I think ruined local sports is that the newspapers, you know, because they've went away and they've went to the mainstream. And I know we have, you know, things that they talk about, but they used to, in my hometown, or not my hometown, but Mobile, they kept up with scoring numbers. So, like, you know, you would have the leader in points and, you know, all of that, rebounds and assists and that kind of stuff. And they kept up with baseball, home runs and RBIs and batting average and things like that. Yeah. So it's, you know, that's one thing that with the internet taking over and the newspaper, the traditional newspaper losing out. That's one of the things that kind of
stinks. I do want to say that growing up, I was blessed in my small town in Wisconsin that we had a guy who had a local cable channel since 1985 covering boys basketball, girls basketball, football, volleyball, wrestling, baseball, softball, all of our sports. And he's still doing it today.
Yeah, that's cool. And that's the good thing is that there are still, and even like, you know, in my hometown, they still got like the Friday night lights, you know, I think they call it the fifth quarter or whatever. They've got people on site with cameras watching and doing that.
Yeah, he would
kind of
record
stuff.
all of the games.
Yeah.
And then play them back like the next day.
Was it Wayne and Garth and they were on Channel 11 public access? No?
Yeah, Wayne and Garth, yes.
I mean, that was Illinois right there.
Yeah.
Again,
Wait,
small
what?
town in Wisconsin.
Hold on, what? Did you say Illinois?
Illinois.
It sounded like you said Illinois.
You did say Illinois.
I did.
Yeah, you did say Illinois. I'm rubbing off on you, dog.
Yeah,
I'm
you
running
are.
off on you.
Yep.
But either way, hopefully they will, all those kids will pull it off. Real quick, before we go to the top of the hour, guys, we got to talk about it. The Yankees are 5-1 in their last 6 games. I just wanted you to know that. Trent Grisham has stroked his 30th home run, and that's his most that he's ever hit. If you look at the Yankees, they're looking good. They're starting to hit their steps now, and they're looking real good. You got Giancarlo still stroking the ball. You know, Aaron Judge, he's not coming back like full force like he was before he left, but he's starting to hit the ball and getting out there. And I think there's breaking news that coming out that he is going to be hitting the outfield here very soon.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing, and I'm glad about that. But I don't know if you guys saw it last night or not. So the Yankees were playing the Astros, and there was a ball hit to the third baseman, and he clearly caught the ball in his glove, and he went to come and make the exchange and throw, and they said no catch. And so it was a big deal. They looked at it they reviewed it, and they stuck with the call and said no catch,
Well,
and it clearly was a catch.
Well, it was the ball like next to the ground?
It was next to the ground. It clearly went in the glove, and he brought it up to throw, and that's when it all came out and fell to the ground.
Oh.
And so they said no. They said it was so it was a terrible thing.
He must not have made a football play.
No. He caught the ball. That's terrible.
So,
the umpires are terrible, and that's terrible.
So with this win over the Astros, the Yankees are a game and a half better than the Astros in record. But you give the 1, 2, 3 seeds to the division winners, and then so Yankees are 4, possibly playing a 5. Red Sox in the first round, huh?
Yankees passed the Red Sox.
Yeah, Yankees are in
ahead.
4th. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, they definitely are. And then the Astros would be 3 playing 6. Who is the Mariners
right now? Yeah. Could be the Rangers, and it could possibly be the Royals. I think probably it's going to be the Rangers. Because the Braves are going to be playing the Mariners, and the Braves, we got confidence in you guys. You're going to give the Mariners what they deserve, some L's.
So Phillies and Brewers played yesterday.
Yeah.
And that's a possible NL championship game.
Yeah, that's possible there. Now, let me go back to the Yankees and the Astros real quick. I don't know if y'all heard the story or not, but there was a problem with the Astros bat. So Taylor Trammell had his bat out there. He was swinging it, got a base hit. It rolled on the ground. Coach Boone looked at it, and where the logo was, there was some discoloration. So it wasn't like where the normal discoloration comes from. And obviously Taylor Trammell is saying, oh, no, I've been using that bat all year. It's not a problem. I use it in batting practice some. So they took the bat and did not allow him to use it, and they sent it off. So are we embarking on another scandal by the Astros right here before we start getting ready for the playoffs? I mean, are the Astros, are they cheating again, or what are we doing? Because I don't know.
Baseball's Patriots. If you're not cheating, you're not trying.
Oh, man, I don't get it. But either way, Houston Astros, you got some problems.
So is that a tar thing?
It could be. I mean, it could be. There's rules and specifics on where you can put stuff, so that could be it.
George Brett, right?
George Brett, 1985.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Big Kansas City Royals. Yeah, for sure. Yep.
He's so mad, man, when he ran out there. Oh, my God.
Off.
That whole scene was just like emblazoned in my mind.
Oh, yeah. I can see it right now. Yeah. He had that big chaw in his mouth, and he was running all he could to get to him.
Wow.
But you know what? It's a part of the game, but cheating is not. Taking the advantages that you can is what you do in sports, and if you get caught, you get caught, and then so they'll be looking at that bat, and we'll see, I'm sure, very soon whether or not they find anything wrong with it. But when we come back, we're going to talk about college football and the AP poll. You've been listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson here at 104.3 ESPN. We'll be right back.
The Red 70s studio line is now open. 850-215-6290. ESPN Northwest Florida. Here's what's happening.
Here we go. The Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson will be awarding the Sports Blitz High School Player of the Week. This will go to the outstanding high school football player for each week. The player will receive a gift card from a local restaurant and an ESPN Northwest Florida t-shirt. Coaches, students, parents, and fans, comment on our Facebook page or call in at 850-215-6290 to nominate.
Good afternoon. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with Friday's weather forecast. Sunny the remainder of the day with temps near 90 and a wind 5 to 10 miles per hour. Clear skies tonight, a very light wind and a temperature of 76. About the same tomorrow, around 89 with mostly sunshine and a wind coming out of the west at 5 miles per hour. Mostly sunny Sunday, a light breeze and hot around 90. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for listening to ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
When it comes to backyard dreams, trust the name that's been making waves for over 65 years. Cox Pools. Serving the entire Florida Panhandle, Cox Pools brings experience, innovation, and quality to every custom pool design. From luxurious spas to resort-style pools, no vision is too big. Make your backyard the place to be with Cox Pools. Cox Pools, 65 years strong and still making a splash. Visit coxpools.com or call 850-235-7957.
Take your next adventure at an award-winning Kia from Bill Bird Kia. Discover the new Kia. We invite you to stop by Bill Bird Kia and test drive the new 2025 Kia. You'll get the perfect balance of comfort, safety, and technology. The 2025 Kia SUV family has movement that inspires. Drive away today in a new 2025 Kia Soul, Seltos, Sportage, Sorrento, or Telluride. Fuel the thrill and command the road in the luxury of a 2025 Kia K5 sedan from Bill Bird Kia. Performance, power, and design built for you. Spark inspiration in the all-electric 2025 EV9. It's a modern masterpiece, fast charging, rugged, and roomy. Bill Bird Kia is the original home for the 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Stop by 2435 East 15th Street, Panama City, or anytime at BillBirdKiaPanamaCity.com. We'll treat you like family and give you the peace of mind you can trust. Your local community dealer is Bill Bird Kia.
WGSX Lynn Haven, WVLQ Port St. Joe. Powered by Panama City Toyota.
And that's out of the ballpark.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is your home for Auburn football.
20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown! Touchdown, Auburn! It's going to be a run. Jackson Arnold's got it. Jackson Arnold, 10, 5. He dances into the end zone. Touchdown, Auburn!
Saturday, kickoff on the Plains against Ball State, exclusively on the Auburn Sports Network.
Coverage starts Saturday at 5:30, kickoff at 6:30 on your home for college football. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Broadcasting from the CBC Construction Studios. And now the Gulf Coast's newest sports talk host, Paul Wilson.
Fresh new start.
Locally sourced, farm to radio. The Sports Blitz.
We're starting fresh.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
It is 5:01. You made it to the weekend, baby. We are done with this short week. We got football. We got a lot of football. We got NFL football. We got high school football. It's Friday night, baby. Let's go. I'm excited in here at the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Don't forget, you can call in. You can text in at 850-215-6290. You know, guys, we've been talking a lot about college football. We've been talking a lot about NFL football. But I do want to share some news that broke yesterday that we did not get to talk about. We had a full gamut of stuff that we needed to talk about. So the deal is the NCAA Football Oversight Committee voted yesterday to support a single transfer portal in January. Sources tell Yahoo Sports, ushering in a significant change. The administration committee still needs to formally adopt the change later. The 10-day window is expected to open January the 2nd. So there you go. Here we go. So they're starting to get this thing kind of under wraps. They're trying to pull this thing in because you don't want kids getting in that transfer portal all through the year, you know, leaving after they have their first practice, leaving after they have their first week of practice, all of this mess. I believe they're trying to do something to get it kind of going. I'm a big proponent of, you know, if you get an opportunity to leave, you can leave. If you feel like that better, you know, your situation, I'm okay with that. But this open gamut of let's just leave when we want to leave, let's go when we want to go, it causes, don't forget what we talked about with Kirby. Kirby said you got to pay your players to keep them committed. You got to pay them to stay. You got to pay them to do. So it almost takes the ability to coach a kid out of the deal. You know, when you look at it, and I'm one of those fans that watch practices, and when you look at what Coach Saban used to do in his practices, sometimes you get wore out, whether you were a starter or not. I remember 60 Minutes did a piece on the Alabama football program several years back, and a good defensive back ended up being a safety for the Chicago Bears. Eddie Jackson was a freshman at this time. And that whole time that they were videoing and talking about the Alabama practice, he was riding Eddie Jackson's back. What are you doing, Eddie? You didn't do it right, Eddie. Get back in there, Eddie. All of that during practice. And he was hollering at him. He was screaming at him, throwing his hat. You know, he was really irritated with him. And the thing is that, you know, in this society that we live in, which is now the transfer portal, are we realistically going to be able to do that anymore? Because now the kids can leave when they want to. They can, whenever this portal's open, you can go. Whenever the portal's open, you can stay. You can do whatever. And so I'm glad. Does it make you feel good that they're shortening this thing and trying to get it under wraps so that there won't be more portal openings? Or do you like the open portal market? Do you want to just, you know, let kids leave when they want to leave? How does that make you feel as Jeff? What do you think?
Man, it's hard because the first thought is if it opens on January 2nd and ends on January 12th, they're trying to get it crammed up before the spring semester starts.
Yeah.
And you have spring practice and you have spring game, right? Mm-hmm. I understand that part of it, but you're in week 2 of the playoffs. Yeah. Because week 1 happens right before that. Mm-hmm. And Nico making out of Tennessee to go to UCLA, what happens there? Yeah. Is what I'm asking.
Well, and that's what they've got to figure out. But you got to go and look at all of the things that they've talked about. When you look at what Tennessee, I'm glad you brought that up. Nika, I'm going to leave you, was there, and he was being paid to be there to play for the Volunteers. But the talk of it all was, you didn't pay me to go to the playoff. I need more money now that I'm going to be playing in the playoff. And so instead of that, kind of knocks that out of the water. You can no longer do that if this takes hold and they vote on it and it clears and it passes. But when you look at the way it's set up, Ross, the things that they're trying to do, it's got to get voted in. And then I believe it'll help the coaches. I think it'll help your teams because you don't want an open free agency market in the college football game, or do you?
No, but I also don't want the transfer portal to be right in the middle of the playoff, to be right in the middle of bowl season, because I don't think basketball runs the same windows. I don't think baseball runs the same windows. Why not have a spot midsummer where all sports transfer?
Yeah.
Well, we'll say May 10th, the 20th.
Then you can't do all sports in that because then you have the College World Series happening in softball.
Well, no. I mean, just for football. It has to be different for all sports.
Yeah, it will be
people
different.
don't even realize soccer is going on right now, and they'll have their championship in December, and they'll be done.
Yeah, they'll be absolutely out. Yeah. So either way, I mean,
I'm a big fan of the one portal, the one chance to transfer.
Yeah, I like it, and I don't.
So, but I'm also for 2 transfers and you're done. Like TJ Finley just transferred again.
Yep.
To Georgia State, and this is like a 6th team.
Yeah,
that's just insanely crazy.
Yeah. And I agree with you on that. That needs to be the next thing that they try to get. And I think they're going to. Again, as much as everybody doesn't give this committee, they don't give, it all happened at once. You got the portal, you got the money, you got all these things coming in at once, and not having a realistic, chairman of the board or a commissioner like they've been talking about, not having somebody to be able to regulate this stuff really messes them up. So they really just thrown a big bag of stuff all at once, and you got to be able to, do it like you do, everything else. You got to go one bite at a time, and hopefully this will go in the right direction, guys, because let me tell you this. It was reported for this season, we have now got into $1.9 billion. That's right, you heard it here. $1.9 billion of NIL money has been paid this year to college football, and that's just a crazy deal.
Was it college football or was it college athletics across the board?
I thought it was college football. I
thought it was athletics across the board.
But let me tell you, 9 of the top 10 people for NIL this year are quarterbacks.
Yeah.
And is it Jeremiah Smith?
Yes, he's the highest wide receiver.
He's like number 3 or number 4 out of that top 10 list.
Yeah.
So he's beating out Sellers and a bunch of other Lagway, a bunch of guys.
But I think that Kirk Herbstreit had the right idea by having contracts. You have to show up for a 2-year contract or a 3-year contract.
Yeah. I think
what I believe? This is going to sound weird and crazy, but you don't get paid until the season is over with. So therefore, your commitment to the team for a full season is set.
So is that both ways?
Huh?
Is that both ways?
What do you mean both ways?
You, the NIL, you, the guy with the money, pays me, the athlete, to do whatever. I get injured week 3.
Oh.
Do you still have to pay me at the end of the season?
Yeah.
For the whole contract?
Yeah. It's just like the pros.
Yeah, you still, as long as your contract's signed, you're still good.
The problem was these kids weren't getting paid at all.
Yeah.
And now they're taking advantage, as they probably should, and they probably deserve.
There was a UNLV quarterback who didn't get paid, and he had to transfer out because they promised him and they didn't pay him.
He threw like 12 touchdown passes in the first 2 weeks and then left.
Yeah, he left.
They were 2-0.
Yeah, they were doing good.
And they tanked.
Yeah, so let's look at it real quick, guys, before we go to our next break. So we do have the AP rankings. We haven't talked about that on this week's of shows, so I want to discuss it. Is everybody solidified that Ohio State should be and are the number 1 team in the country?
Absolutely, 100%.
You do?
Not right now.
No. Who do you think should be the number 1 team in the country?
LSU had the biggest win of the weekend.
Oh, my God. No.
So not beating the number 1 team is bigger than beating Clemson at home.
Beating the number 1 team at home is not as, I just don't feel that. I feel like
by 7.
Yeah. They're both 7-point wins.
Yeah.
LSU went on the road against the top 10 team.
LSU make the playoffs last year?
No.
No. Did Ohio State go 4-0 in the playoffs last year? Yes. Did they just beat number one? Come on, man. This resume's done.
Yeah.
LSU got 3 first-place votes, and Oregon got 1, and everything else is Ohio State, Penn State.
Yeah. And I believe, too.
It's a stamp. I'm telling you right now, Ohio State deserves it. And you're saying
if I'm forecasting, Ohio State's the better team. But if I'm just looking at what happened on the field last weekend.
That's what you did for me last, right?
Yeah.
That's your philosophy.
Which is what the polls are.
No, it's not what it should be, though. It should be the body of work for the year.
Yeah.
And what your expectations are.
I don't think you should put returning unless you return your whole team, which they obviously didn't. But I'm going to throw a little bit of a
who's got the returning quarterback?
Well, you know what? In your philosophy, Florida State's number one. It was the biggest upset of the weekend. It wasn't LSU.
But let me say this.
9 beating 4.
It's a lot easier getting it, moving up a few spots than moving up 25, 35, however many spots.
Let me say this, though. When you look at what LSU did, it was very impressive to go in Clemson because it is hard to lose or it is hard to beat Clemson at home. Mm-hmm. So we know that. But let me just say this. When you have a returning quarterback, I think they got it right. But to me, if you're telling me that Ohio State would beat LSU more times than LSU would beat Ohio State, I'm going to say no on that. Do I think LSU would win that football game? I do believe LSU would win that football game, but I do believe they got it right by putting Ohio State. I think with their win at home against the number one team in the nation, who they thought was the number one team, I think that's fine. Everybody knows.
And who beat number one last year? Oregon.
Yeah.
Ohio State.
Yeah, that's true.
So you've had 2 number ones in a row lose, and they both lost to the same team?
That was 14 first-round picks ago for Ohio State.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. They reload like Florida State used to.
So let's look at it. Let's go into, and Jeff, I'll let you go first. So we're looking at the top 25. You've got Ohio State, Penn State, LSU, Georgia, Miami, Oregon, Texas, Clemson, Notre Dame, South Carolina, Illinois, ASU, Florida, Florida State, Michigan, Iowa State, SMU, Oklahoma, A&M, Ole Miss, Alabama, Tennessee, Indiana, Texas Tech, and Utah. Who are the 2 teams that you say do not deserve to have their name called in this top 25?
Oh, and the whole thing? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I said it last week, Texas Tech.
Yeah.
Indiana
and Texas Tech, those 2 that you think they should
those
be
are
out?
the 2. I hate to say Oklahoma, because I think Oklahoma needs to be on the very edge, like 24, 25. So a lot lower than what they are.
And obviously they didn't play a tough team last week, but they look good. Now, we don't forget, they've got the hardest schedule, what everybody's saying.
And Michigan is this weekend. So if they're 24 and they're playing Michigan, who's number 15.
Yep.
I mean, they're supposed to lose.
Right. They're supposed to. But did you pick them to lose?
I
you
did. Michigan. Yeah,
you picked Michigan.
Yeah.
So, Ross, when you look at it, who are the 2 teams that you would say that really don't deserve their names to be called in that top 25 AP poll?
I don't think Alabama should. They lost by a lot to an unranked team.
Okay.
A very unranked team that, if we're looking at last year, only had 2 wins all of last year.
Yeah.
I realize those are 2 separate teams. Those are 45 different players ago for each team. But the top 10 team can't lose to an unranked.
So where should Bama be?
Out.
Ooh.
All right. And who's your other team?
Man, Paul, what happened? Tuesday you were like this, and right now you're like cool as a cucumber.
Well, I'm being a gentleman.
I really didn't watch a whole lot of football, but let me just throw Texas Tech in there. They're
Texas
24.
Tech. Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of across the board thing. But if you're going to sit there, this is my fandom coming out right now.
Uh-oh.
If you're going to sit there and say these things about my Alabama Crimson Tide, you better have watched the games before you can be able to tell me my Tide should be out of the top 25.
Yeah, a couple plays different. This could be a tie game going into overtime.
Right. It's definitely, we didn't play good at all. Don't get me wrong. But to throw them out of the top 25, I think that's, something that's a little bit. Now, if they go in and barely beat Louisiana Monroe, then okay, you can move them out until they do some things that are better. But if you look at
they
it.
beat St. Francis by 29-0.
They have a chance to come back in. This is not a set in stone.
Oh, yeah. I mean, week to week,
Okay, so I'm going to tell you this. To me personally, I think everybody that's in the top 25 deserve to be in the top 25. I think everybody that's in there deserves to be there. As of right now, we probably will get an opportunity to move some people in and out. There probably will be an upset here or there this week, even though it's a different type of schedule. Yeah. But you'll be able to see how people look because you're going to have letdowns. You're going to have people not playing good. They're not going to match up as well. But I will say this. There are some teams that I didn't understand the concept of what the AP were doing. Now, I know we're not talking about the College Football Playoff Committee, but we are talking about the AP. And to me, when you look at how Miami beat Notre Dame, and Notre Dame being the number 5 team in the country, they only went down 4 spots, right? And then so, they were playing at Miami. Miami was ranked 8th at the time, so they beat a number 5 team. Not bad. There was a few plays where Notre Dame just didn't get it done. Carson Beck looked good. That was the key spot for me. Home field advantage with Miami, it helped a little bit, but I don't think it was that big of a deal. Now, if you look at what everybody's saying, this is where I want to go with this. You got Texas and Ohio State. Now, Texas is the number 1 team in the country. Now, they're picked to lose to Ohio State at home, in which they did. Now, they lost 14-7. Ohio State, they believe in them. The AP poll believes in them because they're ranked number 1 in the country. So if you believe that Ohio State's the number 1 team in the country and I come and play you and you only beat me by 7 points, why are you going to drop me down 6 spaces, 6 spots, when you only dropped Notre Dame down 4 compared to playing against a Miami team that might not even make the playoff?
Because it's early in the season.
Yeah, but you still put Ohio State there. Why would you knock them down so much? What's the disrespect?
The difference between 1-0 and 0-1 is 100%.
But Notre Dame is 0-1.
Yeah, exactly.
But they only dropped them 4 spots. Why the disrespect to Texas?
Notre Dame came back and tied that game in the 4th quarter. Did Texas ever have a tie other than 0-0 in that game?
No.
They were down 14-0.
But they believe that Ohio State is legitimately the number 1 team.
Did they ever believe that Texas was legitimately the number 1 team?
Yeah, well, they did.
Apparently they did.
They did.
I didn't.
Vegas did. Vegas didn't because if you're the number 1 team, you should be able to beat anybody, anywhere.
Oh, I don't know about that. I would disagree with that.
Yeah, it's a difference when you do those things. But what I'm trying to get at is that there was a disrespect for Texas, and I believe it was, it was kind of like the buyer's remorse.
But did Miami win by 3?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. South Bend might as well be in Michigan. It's that cold up there.
Yeah.
Miami's hot and humid. It's just a totally different terrain.
It's not cold right now.
Up in South Bend?
It's not.
I mean,
it's not.
Oh, I think you better go look up the temperatures up there. It's not 90-something degrees like Miami.
Hold on,
are you trying temperature difference between South Bend and Miami? You got to admit the humidity and the heat is totally different.
So you're trying to tell me that these kids can't play in middle of the
unless they move the whole campus south. Yeah, they can't play in the south.
So that's why Notre Dame lost was because it was hot.
No. They tied the game in the 4th quarter. They played a lot closer game than Texas did.
Haven't half these kids been recruited?
Texas scored once, man. Once.
In Ohio, so it's colder up there. So why didn't they? I mean, let's use it for both games. Okay, so Texas is the hot heat. Humid Texas, they lost in Ohio State because it was cold.
Yeah. Haven't half these kids been recruited from the South anyway?
Right.
So they haven't spent a whole lot of time up in
Notre Dame gets them from everywhere.
Yeah, they get them from
especially. But
you know why the AP is against Texas like that? Because they had buyer's remorse, because they made them look like a bunch of idiots, because they fell on the Arch Manning train and he looked like garbage out there, and now they're like, you know what? You made us look like a bunch of imbeciles, so we're going to move you guys down below on the AP poll, and that's why they dropped them. That's what they did.
That's not the excuse I thought you were going with.
That's exactly what they did. So that's why they did it. And, for me, it's going to definitely be some differences of opinion.
So quick question. If you move Texas Tech out, you move Georgia Tech or Louisville in?
Yeah, Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
That'd probably be who I'd go with.
Okay.
And the reason why is because having a quarterback. Haynes is good.
Yeah.
He's a good quarterback.
And
he played great.
And it'd be Colorado, who is a potential top 30, 35 team maybe.
Right. Could possibly be. Again, they're my sleeper pick for making the ACC playoff.
So here we are
Georgia.
talking more ACC and less Big 12.
Yeah, which is going to be the case because ACC is way better than the Big 12 this year. I mean,
last year too.
Yeah, and if
Heck, I don't think there's a year. Yeah, there's no year that the ACC hasn't been better than the Big 12 in the last 14 years.
Well, you'll see it this weekend on display.
14 years since Texas A&M left. I'm telling you.
Well, because Texas wasn't that good. Oklahoma's really been the standard
Name me a
bearer
Big
for
12
the
team that's won a national title in the last 19 years. None.
Nobody.
None of them.
Yeah.
Clemson's won 2. Florida State's won 1. I mean, we've had a lot of years where the ACC was just better than the Big 12.
And from top
now
to bottom.
Now that the Longhorns are gone,
yeah,
we're done.
Well, Oklahoma, too, because they were good. They kind of were the standard bearer in that.
Oh, they were.
Texas was, Texas was
always in the playoffs. Always. I know they lost first round, whatever, but
There's only 4
there.
teams. Of course you're going to lose in the first round.
Yeah,
well,
they went.
half the teams lose. I mean, I get it.
They went with Baker.
Look, when they scored, I think they scored LSU. They scored 28 on LSU in 2019.
Yeah.
They scored a lot of points on LSU.
And then if you look at the years before, Baker took them to the playoff and lost to good Georgia team.
These are good teams.
Kyler Murray took Oklahoma there, lost to Alabama.
I think, once.
Yep, exactly. So, I mean, you look at when these kids, when they lost to the eventual national champions.
Why did Stoops leave then? They were the standard, and Stoops was the coach.
Yeah,
Stoops was the reason.
He was done.
He was done. He was finished. Yeah. So, and that's going to take us to our next break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about Spitgate. That's right. We're spitting over here. 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida.
Text in now on the Red 7T's studio line. 850-215-6290.
ESPN, Northwest Florida.
The Sports Blitz.
Come on. So you got the egg juice in there mixed in with the ketchup.
Yeah, no.
That's pretty
ketchup
good.
and eggs? No, I'm
So
not
look,
about
not
that.
the eggs, but the juice.
I mean, there's one worse thing you can do with ketchup, and that's put it on steak.
Here's one thing I learned is ketchup is like white people spice.
We got to move on.
The Sports Blitz.
Live and local, weekdays, 4 to 6.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good evening. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with Friday's weather forecast. Clear tonight with a low near 76 and a wind 1 to 5 miles per hour. Mostly sunshine tomorrow morning, a light breeze and a temperature of 88. A little hotter in the afternoon and evening around 89 with a variety of some sun and isolated thunderstorms and a wind out of the west-southwest at 9 miles per hour. Mostly sunny Sunday and hot around 92. This forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Los Rancheros has been doing it right for 20 years. Los Rancheros brings a top-shelf dining experience to you with the opening of their beautiful new building. Watch all college and pro games on Los Rancheros' 14 large-screen TVs with great drink specials daily from 2 to 5 and during all the games. Los Rancheros, the place for live sports and great food on 23rd Street between Jenks and Harrison.
This is Patrick with Turf Pro Pest Control. Summer is finally here. Now is the time to enjoy your lawn with cookouts, pool parties, or just catching some of that summer sun. Don't let fire ants ruin your day. Call Turf Pro Pest Control. Turf Pro will come out to your property and eliminate fire ants quickly. We guarantee it. Call Turf Pro. The blue and yellow trucks make your lawn green. Find us on Facebook at Turf Pro PC.
Rich Eisen Show.
Jeff in Detroit.
You are a bridge, the Eisen Bridge. You have entertainers that want to be athletes, and you have athletes that love entertainers, and you bring them together, man.
The 3-time Emmy-nominated Rich Eisen Show.
You do it so seamlessly, it's not even funny. Definitely looking forward to you doing it on the new network.
Rich Eisen, weekdays 11 to 2, right here at 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida.
Transmitting from the CBC Construction Studio. This is the Sports Blitz, where we don't have guests. We have punching bags. The Sports Blitz on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Yes, we are back here at the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. We're excited. It's Friday. It's the weekend, baby. Don't forget you can call in. You can text in on the Red 70s phone line 850-215-6290. Going to go to the Facebook page real quick. Going to say hello to Joanne Nygaard, Cade Brown, Damian, Tony Tucker, Christopher Multiconte, and going to read a couple of comments. Indiana is so overrated. Who's y'all's picks for Michigan, Oklahoma? And I picked Oklahoma.
What?
I did pick Oklahoma.
Oh, my goodness.
Remember, I said John Mateer is going to tear up those Michigan Wolverines.
You did. I think you were drunk.
No, I don't. I was on the Mountain Dew. That's all I got.
The Mountain Dew.
Yeah, so either way.
For sure, Michigan Eddie just drove his car off the bridge.
Probably not. But either way.
Michigan Eddie, don't call in, please.
So the thing is that I believe Oklahoma is going to smack them. I think they'll be able to stop the run, and that's going to be the key to the game. I don't think Underwood's as advertised. Not yet. He might be a great athlete, but either way. All right, guys, we're going to get to it. Last night, the Eagles took on the Cowboys. Before the game even started, we've got Spitgate. We've got a player spitting on another player. I hope you guys got to see it. It was something that for me, I had a really aggravation when I woke up the next day this morning, because the way everybody talked about it on the broadcast last night, Collingsworth and those guys, they were talking about how that, Jalen Carter should not have spit on Dak Prescott. And I agree. He should not have spit on the guy. But they never said a word about what Dak did in the beginning. And you know how it is. If you played any sports or you watched any sports, or if if you're a fan like we are, when you always look at sports, most of the time, the player that instigates it is not the one that gets caught. It's the player that always responds. They're the ones that get the technical fouls. They're the ones that get the flag, and they're the ones that usually get the fine. So either way, Dak Prescott, he spit on the ground. He didn't spit on Jalen Carter, but he spit in front of him. And then he smiled at him, and I don't know what he says. I'm a professional lip reader. I don't know what he said because he was smiling too much, but it wasn't kind, I can tell you that. Yeah. And so
it was a cocky smile.
Yeah, it was. So for me, if you're going to throw Jalen Carter out of there, I get it. I understand it, but they didn't see it. I think that's one of the things that they should be able to go in and look at. I think that's one of the things they should go to the replay booth and see where it all began. If you're going to throw a player out of the game, in my personal opinion, I think you need to go look at the video, see what really happened, because realistically, they didn't see Dak. So you're telling me the best defensive player, especially the best defensive lineman that the Eagles have, you're throwing him out before. Now, how much more would it be effective if they said, Dak Prescott spit as well? He's gone too. So now it makes it fair. It makes it even. Because as a referee, as an official, what's the number one job that you have? It's to try to get it right. That's the whole reason you're there. You don't want the game to be about you, but you want to get it right. And for me, seeing both videos, they should be able to do something with that so that you can look at the whole case, so to speak, and be able to see whether or not one player instigated it and the other player just got caught. And if that's the case, then make your decision, and then I'm okay with that. What do you think about that, Ross?
I think you're right, especially if an ejection is
Hold on,
involved.
Bone Crusher, could you put that down? Ross thinks I'm right. Thank you. Go ahead, finish your statement.
Especially if an ejection is involved, you have to make sure that you got all the facts before you throw somebody out of the game.
Yeah, because that could affect the game. I mean, he's their best player.
The other thing I learned from that was it was like the kickoff afterwards where there was a little scrum and the Eagles player, I think it was Cooper DeJean, rips the Cowboys player's helmet off, has his helmet in his hand, refs throw the flag, and the Cowboy player without the helmet is the one that got the 15-yard penalty. So it's a 15-yard penalty to have your helmet ripped off.
Yeah, I mean, so either way, how do you feel about that? What do you think about the ejection, and do you think they should just allow it and just go with what the referee saw? Because if you look at the referee, he was only looking at Dak after the incident happened, before Dak
After
spit.
Carter started walking over to the huddle is when the ref goes, that ain't right.
It's hard for me because I have a little bit of history in this, is that the Saints in, I think it was like 89 or maybe 88, Dexter Manley was playing for the Washington Redskins, and he spit in the face of a Saints player. Mm-hmm. And, of course, the Saints player went to hands, And Dexter Manley was just like, he was just laughing, And the other guy, can't remember if he got ejected, the Saints player did, but that was spitting in the face. This is on the jersey, Does it really... Should the discipline on that be a suspension? I mean, out of the game?
I mean, I think so. Yeah.
I mean, you're in the face. I mean, come on.
Right. But I mean,
if we're not, is spitting not allowed on the ground?
No, spitting's allowed on the ground.
We've been doing that for years, right?
Yeah,
all of us.
Spitting's allowed on the ground.
Yeah.
But if you spit at somebody, it's just like...
Well, what if you said, oh, well, that was an accident. I meant to spit on the ground, just like Dak did.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's still up to judgment. I think that's why in cases like this, I think that's why we got to go to the video. I mean, we're not gonna affect the game by looking at the circumstances.
I can't remember this guy's name is Robley or whatever it was. The Bears guy got into it with the Saints. I don't know if you remember. There was a wide receiver and a defensive back. It was a Bears wide receiver and a Saints defensive back that got into it, and the Saints guy probably tugged on his jersey or did something another, and then the frickin' Bears guy went berserk, and he's the one that got ejected. Right. Because it was the second thing that happened. It's interesting. I do agree with you about going to the videotape if you're going to suspend somebody.
Yeah.
I don't know about 15-yard penalty, though. That's the question.
No. I believe if you're going to eject someone that could possibly change the outcome of the game, I think you should get the full totality of the circumstance.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? What really happened so that you can get it right. Because that's what you want.
Here's where Carter went wrong, is he crossed over the line and went to the Cowboy huddle.
Right.
Dak, there was 10 yards difference when Dak spit on the ground.
Okay, so also understand this. You got to know the backstory to it. So the person that he was really going at and talking smack to, Jalen Carter, he was talking smack to Tyler Booker, who's the offensive lineman, first-round draft pick from the University of Alabama. So they've had a history. They used to play against each other a lot. They've had some big-time battles. Oh, wow. So they either don't like each other or he was coming to remind him of how he was going to dominate him that night. So, and Dak being the leader of the team, the leader of the offense, stepped in.
Well, I mean, could you throw a 15-yard penalty on the spitting on the jersey and throw another 15-yard penalty for going across the ball? Because you're not supposed to go across the ball.
The game wasn't started. This was pregame.
This was pregame.
The ball's on the ground, though.
No,
right?
50-yard line. They were practicing. This was pregame. Nothing was going on. So, he got tossed before the game even started. Wow. And he's their best. When I say he's their best defensive lineman, he can't be blocked by one person.
Yeah.
So you have to.
I've seen Jalen Carter.
Yeah.
Actually, when his draft stock dropped because of
trouble, he got trouble.
I was like, that guy's a steal.
Yeah, he's an absolute animal. He's a beast. But let's just look at it. When he's acting right, he's hard to. He's the best player on the field almost. Yeah. But there you go. I mean, here you are. He spit on somebody. That's kind of his mentality. So he's kind of a wild card. You don't know what you're going to get. I mean, realistically, because he's been in trouble.
I saw a lot of undisciplined Eagle plays in the first half, keeping Dallas in that game.
Yeah, how were y'all shocked as far as the score? Were y'all thinking it was going to be worse than that or not?
God, yeah. I told everybody bet on the Eagles, and it was 8.5-point spread.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to beat them by about 18.
Yeah. And, honestly, they didn't.
Again, without your best defensive player on the field.
A little different.
Would that make 14-point difference? Maybe. I mean, you could get him. I mean, you're just shutting down the Cowboys scored 20.
You get Dallas to stop. You get Dallas stopped once in the first half.
Yeah.
Then you're up 14 going.
Yeah. So instead of 4, you go to 11 points.
Yeah, you're up 2 scores and a half.
I guess you could cover the spread.
So let's look at it real quick. Okay. The game, though, when that part We had to talk about it. We had to discuss it. But the shocking score to me was it, because you had exactly, and again, guys, I'm right sometimes, and when I'm right, I'll tell you, but when I'm wrong, I'll tell you as well. Y'all know enough, have seen me enough on both instances. But I was 100% right. If you look at the way Dak was throwing the ball. Now, CeeDee Lamb did not help the cause because he had 4 big drops. I mean, they're talking about butter hands over there, butterfingers. But when you look at Dak, Dak played like Dak. Dak played exactly like I said he was going to play. He didn't throw for over 200 yards. It was a typical Dak Prescott night. It's exactly what you're going to get. This is the Dallas Cowboys moving forward. This is what you're going to get. They're going to have some catches. They're going to look good at times. They're going to win some football games. They're probably not going to make the playoffs. But like they talked last night, they're going to get those 2 first-round draft picks next year. And it depends on what they do with Dak and with the draft picks that they get. But let's look at the Eagles real quick, because I know we got to do some pick'ems. But if you look at the Eagles are exactly who I thought they were. What was the number one thing I told you guys that the Cowboys had to do? They had to stop the run. Stop the run by who? Either or the running back or the quarterback. And so last night, Jalen Hurts was the leading rusher for the Eagles. And that's the thing. That's why I don't put him as a number top 10 in the top 10 at being a quarterback, is because the style of play that they're doing. A.J. Brown last night, I don't even think he had 1 catch. He's a top 3, top 4 wide receiver.
No, he's not.
In the whole.
No.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No.
He's a top 5 wide receiver in all of the NFL.
No. He was right on the sideline.
Everybody picks him as a top 5 wide receiver.
No, he's top 10, obviously.
You're in the minority on that.
I'm in the minority on that.
But I'm just saying.
He's not a top 5.
But I'm telling you, to have a wide receiver like him, to have Devontae Smith, to have now John Mechie, to have Goddard as their tight end, he's got so many weapons. But last night, he did the same thing that he always does, and he pulls the ball too soon, and he runs. And he got it last night. But I'm just saying that style of play, he's going to have to throw the football, because if you don't get those stars the ball, they're going to start griping. And A.J. Brown is always one of those first ones to start talking, and they're going to get aggravated. So do you want to say repeat all you want? They got a great defense, don't get me wrong. But I'm not so sure, because they did lose a couple of pieces off that defense from last year. And so I'm not so sure this is the same Eagle team coming into the season as we saw last year.
Look, 19 for 23. That's what Hurts did. Mm-hmm. Four incompletions. Mm-hmm. No interceptions. Mm-hmm. No fumbles.
Mm-hmm. Did you see the passes?
Yeah, short yardage.
Shorts. They were all shorts.
Yeah, they're all short.
He didn't throw for over 200 yards either, though.
Yeah,
that's why. Yeah. It was like 183 or 189.
But 19 for 23, you're game managing and you're not giving the ball up.
Right. But you also only win by 4 points.
On the road.
No, they were at home. They were at home. It was at the Eagles.
It was at the Eagles. They unveiled
in Philly.
Okay. Okay,
so
I'll take that back.
Let me give my favorite Herm Edwards quote of all time. You play to win the game. They won the game. That first touchdown run by Jalen Hurts was not a designed run. He got out of the pocket and straight to the end zone.
Yeah, somebody was wide open and he didn't throw it. I'm just telling you, they're pros. They want the ball.
Also, the other team has a position called the defensive coordinator. His job is to take away the number 1 receiver in their scheme. So if A.J. Brown is such above and beyond number 1 wide receiver, he got 0 catches. The defense coordinator did his job.
And
didn't stop the run.
CeeDee Lamb got 9 catches for 110 yards.
Right.
I mean, the next guy was 5, and that was short yardage.
Yeah, and they lost the game. I get it. I understand what you're saying, but it's the first game of the season. You got to look at it, and I'm just trying to dissect it because he didn't look very good.
I think, and this sounds crazy, maybe I'm going crazy just because the Cowboys didn't look bad. They're going to beat the Giants and they beat the Bears, and they got the Packers in Week 4 in Dallas.
Yeah.
That is a crucial game for them.
Yeah. Well, we're going to go ahead and take our break, and when we come back, we're going to go through the rest of the games coming up on Sunday. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson here at 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida.
out and smack someone? Call or text now. 850-215-6290. The Red 70s Studio Line. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. The Coach James Hale Show.
Mark, you know what he did Saturday? Every time Florida State would score, he would text me and goes, do you know the score of the FSU Alabama game?
Hey, every time y'all get me on, I think it's in the Auburn segment, so can we bleed over just a little on Bama?
Yeah, go ahead. Bleed all you want.
Weekday morning 7 to 9. At 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Golf is a game that should be fun, but to have the most fun, you need to play your best. That's where the experts at Golf Plus come in. Their friendly staff will guide you through the buying process, answer all your questions, and can help with any repairs you need along the way. Golf Plus is your custom fitting, club repair, and golf retail shop. Golf Plus staff is non-commissioned and will work with you to find the best product for your game, just like they've been doing since 1988. Golf Plus in Panama City Beach. Fitting, repair, retail. That's Golf Plus.
When it comes to building smart and roofing right, TK Vandy's is the name you can trust. They're your go-to for general contracting, design, build solutions, and top quality roofing. From concept to completion, they deliver excellence on time and on budget. Whether it's a custom build or a complex renovation, they've got you covered, literally. Call TK Vandy today and build something better together. TK Vandy, built with purpose, roofed with pride.
The Kings of the Swamp.
Falls loose at the 38. Gators got it. Wow.
Join Sean Kelly and the rest of the broadcast team as they bring you Gator football all season long.
One race down the near sideline. 20, 15, 10 with 5. Touchdown, Gators.
On your home for Florida football, the Gator Sports Network from Learfield.
The Florida Gators play here. Listen to select games on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
If you build it, they will come. We're live from the CBC Construction Studios. Now back to the Sports Blitz. On 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
We're back. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. We're so glad that you're listening to us, whether you're listening from Facebook or you're listening on your radio, or if you're listening on YouTube or the ESPN Northwest app. We appreciate it. I'm so thankful that we can do this. We can't do it without our wonderful sponsors. Don't forget to go check those guys out at AutoNation Ford in Panama City. If you're looking for a new vehicle or if you're looking for a used vehicle, go see them. They're open tomorrow. They'll stay late to help you pick and decide which vehicle you would love to take home with you and be totally 100% satisfied. Also, don't forget, if there's anything going on with your vehicle, you can also check them out for their service. Now, if you have any body damage, if you have some paint chips, if you have some messing up of your mirrors or your door handles, anything like that, go see those guys over at Recommended Collision Center. They'll take care of you. They get the job done, but they don't only get the job done, they get it done right. And they'll fix it right the first time, so you don't have to go back, and so that everything looks good and rolls correct on your vehicle. Now, guys, we got to go through the schedule. We got some good football games tonight. Well, one football game tonight.
Actually, we have 4 college games. It's crazy.
Yeah, some college games.
Louisville, James Madison's the big one now.
Yeah, Louisville and James Madison. James Madison's going to get throttled by Louisville tonight. That'll be awesome to watch. I think Miller Moss is going to throw for a gazillion yards.
400?
I think he'll be about 350. So it should be good. Brome's going to have that offense clicking. They're probably playing at Louisville, so they should
Maybe
be good
we should start calling Hobby Zillion. Is that what it is, Hobby? The guy's name?
Yeah, Hobzilla. Hobzilla.
Hobzilla?
Yeah. So
Hobzilla. It threw for Hobzilla.
All right, so who you got first, Jeff, tonight?
Oh, obviously, I got the Chiefs.
Yeah, Kansas City and the Chargers. Who you got?
I'll take Kansas City.
Yeah, I'll take Kansas City, too. And when you look
Real
at
quick,
it, Mahomes is going to be all right.
Did you see the stuff between Mahomes and Kelsey this week?
Oh, yeah, I did see that.
Yeah.
So what happened was Kelsey said...
No, Mahomes.
Mahomes said that Kelsey didn't know where Brazil was at, and they've already played there before.
Oh, yeah. Him and Taylor went there last year.
Oh, okay.
And then did you see Kelsey's comeback today or yesterday?
Yeah, I did
in the
see
press
it.
conference.
Yeah.
doing his
Yeah.
Mahomes impression.
Can either of you
Kermit
guys
the Frog.
Can either of you guys do a Mahomes?
Can you do it?
Can y'all do it?
Well, no, I can't do
That
it.
sounds like Coach
No,
O.
it's not like Coach O. Everybody's Coach O for me.
Yeah, that's right. LSU Jeff can only do
No, I
Coach
can only
O.
do Coach O.
It doesn't matter if you're doing Kermit the Frog, Patrick Mahomes, or Alf. You're going to get Coach O.
Well, Kelsey doesn't even know where Brazil is, so why are we doing this? You know?
All right, so you got one?
I don't think I got one. I can't get my voice there.
Well, what about you, Bone Crusher? Can you do a Kermit the Frog, Patrick Mahomes, by chance, imitation?
Kermit the Frog.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So I'll do one, and it doesn't sound like
So
it.
everybody went with the Chiefs.
Yeah.
All right, okay.
We're going to have to go to Brazil today.
All right, so who we got next? Because that's embarrassing.
Okay, so we have a ton of noon games on Sunday.
Yeah.
We're going to start with Bucks at Atlanta.
Ooh.
And actually, the spread is 1.5 for the Bucks on the road.
Give me Tampa.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me Tampa.
Okay, cool. All of us are Tampa because I was Tampa. Okay, Cincinnati at Cleveland.
Oh, man. Well, we know Ross is a big Shadur Sanders fan, so will he see the field, or Joe Flacco is going to tear it up? What do you got? You got Cleveland or the Bengals?
Cincinnati.
Yeah, I'm going Cincinnati.
All
as
three
well.
of us.
They'll
Okay.
beat them.
Again, okay, now this is probably where we're going to differ for the first one. You ready?
Yep.
We got Miami at Indianapolis.
Okay, so you got Miami and Indianapolis inside in the turf.
And Indianapolis is favored by 1.5.
I'm going to go ahead and give it to the Miami Dolphins. Put me down for the Dolphins. Going to come in the house and beat them.
Sweep it out. Miami's an early season
I
team.
thought somebody was going to disagree with me on this one because you know I'm a Dolphins fan, right?
Yeah.
So I'm biased.
Yeah,
but
we'll
it's
go.
September.
It's September.
To do different stories.
Different stories like their time of the year.
Yeah. Miami's not a good second half team.
Yeah, that's true. That's
All right,
true.
here
It has
we go.
been a few years.
What you got?
Vegas at New England Patriots.
Ooh.
The
Bottom dwellers.
Raiders. Now, here's the crazy part about it. New England is favored by 2.5 at home.
Yeah, they're believing in Vrabel being able to turn this whole deal
That
around.
quick?
They believe that Drake May's got it going. They believe Josh McDaniels is really doing good
and
with
Pete
Drake.
Carroll has Ashton Genty.
Yeah, and Geno Smith and Max Crosby. Give me the Raiders on the upset.
I got the Raiders.
Fine. I'll take the win with the Patriots.
Dude, we have picked
man.
five road teams.
No,
in
I
a
got the
row.
Patriots.
Oh, you got Patriots.
Give me the win with the Patriots.
Yeah, he's going Patriots on that. He believes in Mike Vrabel. Come
Okay.
on.
So, wow, that could have been 5 in a row road teams, but Ross screwed it. Arizona at New Orleans.
Okay. Obviously.
Cardinals.
Yeah, Cardinals.
Yeah, we all
for
went
sure.
Cardinals, so that's another road one. Okay, Pittsburgh at the Jets.
Oh, yeah.
This
Go
is
ahead.
closer than I would think. I really want to take the Jets here, but I think I wrote down Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
I wrote
I'm
down
going
Pittsburgh.
Steelers.
We're all
Give me
Pittsburgh.
Aaron Rodgers.
Another road team. We're all
Don't look
picking.
like an MVP candidate the first game.
Okay, here we go. This is Paul's favorite team. It's the Giants. The Giants at the Commanders.
Oh, man. Ooh. Where are they playing?
At Washington.
I'll let you go ahead and go first.
Washington.
Yeah, I got Washington.
You know what?
What?
Give me the Giants, baby.
way. You're
Give me the
crazy.
Giants. Yep. Abdul Carter's going to make Jaden Daniels look like he did against Alabama. Here we go.
You're a sinner.
Here we go.
Okay, Carolina at Jacksonville. This is the tickets that we give away.
Yep. So Bubba is going to be enjoying Jacksonville and Carolina. So if you're listening, Bubba, make sure you travel safe and have a great time.
Now-
Who you got?
This is my upset. Give me Carolina on the road.
I got Jacksonville.
I got Carolina. Give me Bryce Young.
See, y'all both got
Baby.
Carolina. That's another road team. I picked the home on that one.
Yeah, I'm going to say give me Bryce. But that doesn't mean Jacksonville can't still give us tickets to give away because we appreciate you, Jackson.
They can
Jaguars.
only give them to me because I picked Jacksonville.
All right, here we
Believe
go.
it or not, 3.5 point favorite, Jacksonville. Okay,
Yeah,
I'll
you're
probably have to
fine.
speed it up. Okay,
No, you're good.
Tennessee at Denver.
Ooh, yeah.
Watch
that's,
it.
That's just going to be a blowout. I think Denver's going to beat the Titans.
That's the biggest spread of the week.
What do they got on that?
8.5.
Yeah, they believe in Sean Payton. I mean,
and Bo Nix.
And Bo Nix. If you look at it,
you know, it's the Auburn thing.
No, it's not at all.
It's not. Okay.
Let me tell you why. Okay, so let's pause for a second. We got 7 minutes before we have to go. So let me tell you the reason why I believe that Bo Nix will continue to do well for his second year, because they always usually have a sophomore slump.
CJ Stroud.
CJ Stroud had it. RJ3 had it. Caleb Williams. Wait a minute. It's his second year, right?
Yeah, it's his second year right now.
Yeah, so he's going to have it.
He had a freshman slump.
He had a freshman slump. But the one thing that's going to make a difference is he played a lot of college football, being at Auburn and being at Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
And he's as old as the majority, or close to the majority, or the same age as the other starting quarterbacks in the NFL.
He was a freshman in 19.
So he's older. He's married. He's more established. That matters. And so what I'm saying is he's more of an adult. He doesn't only have but just that window. He's young, but he's not super young, and he's not like 21, 22 years old coming into his second year in the NFL.
I don't think the Saints are less than a touchdown dog to anybody on their schedule this year.
Well, they are this week against the Cardinals. The Saints?
Yeah. Are we talking Saints?
6.5. 6.5. Oh, no, not Saints. Tennessee.
Oh, Tennessee Broncos. Okay.
Titans.
Yeah, the Titans. Yeah, we're talking
So
Tennessee.
the Saints are 6.5, which is under a touchdown.
Yeah, that's surprising.
But, the Saints schedule's not the hardest.
No, but
I trust.
But Tennessee,
I trust Denver at home over Tennessee all day.
Oh yeah, the biggest.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, I think that they're gonna really pick Denver until they start, if they lose, because I think Bo Nix will run the offense. Now, Bo Nix does have that little bit of at times where he wants to try to be the hero. So if Sean Payton can pull that back in and not let him manage the game some.
Do you think his dad coaching him
Of course. Okay. Yeah, because they used to argue. He was 18 years old on the sideline with his dad as the head coach, and they would argue in each other's face. I saw it on TV. I watched it myself. So
he was a favorite because, he's a hometown type guy.
Yeah. So anyway, yep. So that's
okay. San Francisco 49ers at the Seahawks.
Yeah. Give me San Francisco. I'm going to go first on this one. I know everybody's talking about it. Ross talked about it earlier. Christian McCaffrey probably isn't going to be 100%, so he might not play, but not so fast, my friend. They've got a running back that's played enough football in Robinson. He knows the football game. He's going to be able to come in there and give them all those tough yards that they need. Give me the 49ers.
Give me Seattle at home.
Oh. Okay, this is a big game.
All right.
And by the way, those last two were 3 o'clock. This is also at 3 o'clock. Detroit at Green Bay.
Yeah, that's probably one of the biggest games of the weekend. Yeah. Ross, I know you're going to go ahead and go first. I'll let you, as a gentleman, go ahead.
Green Bay.
Okay. It's a 1.5 point spread. Green Bay is favored at home.
I thought it was 2.
No, it's 1.5. Well, according to ESPN.com.
I thought it moved after the Parsons trade.
No, it's 1.5 as of this morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
So who do you have?
What's the difference? 2, 1.5. It's not that big of a deal. I have Detroit.
You do? Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
On the road.
Yeah, give me Detroit as well. Okay. I think they're going to be able to come out and do the things that they do. Give me Jamison Williams catching a bomb touchdown on that depleted Packer back end.
Okay, this will be an interesting one, I think. Houston Texans at the Rams.
Yeah.
And I got the Rams.
Yeah.
I've got Houston.
You got
Stafford hasn't played all preseason.
Yeah, that's going to be – I think Stafford's going to be rusty, and if by chance he's not ready to go, if he gets hit in the back or, the cortisone don't work, whatever. I think that, give me the Texans. I think that the defense, I think they're going to be able to do it. I think they'll be better this year than they were last year, even though Stroud, he's got to perform better or else they're going to be looking elsewhere in 2 years.
Okay, the only game that's probably bigger than Detroit at Green Bay is Baltimore at Buffalo.
Yeah, that's going to be the one. If you look at those two teams probably in the top 3-4 of who is getting the odds-on favorite for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
They've got the best teams. They've got so much looking, and where's this game played at? Buffalo, right?
It's at Buffalo.
So weather's not a factor as far as for Buffalo, which both teams do play in the cold. You got studs everywhere. I mean, realistically, you got studs everywhere on both of those teams.
Defense included.
There's some acquisitions that were made over the season that is going to make a big difference. Ross, go ahead. Who you got?
You're making me start this one.
No, I'll pick it.
Baltimore. All right.
That makes it hard for you.
You know,
you got to go Buffalo.
Because it don't matter if we sweep this out, Baltimore. I was going to flip a coin either way, so let's just sweep it out, and we were either all right or we're all wrong.
Well, I didn't say. I was repeating. I was repeating.
I thought you called
Baltimore.
He's Baltimore.
All right,
he doesn't know what he is.
Give me Baltimore in the revenge game.
Wow.
Yeah. And I know without a doubt in my mind that Baltimore always plays good early. They always are the one. But I'm going to take a little bit of a gamble here, and I'm going to go with Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. And the one reason why I'm going with the Buffalo Bills is because of the former Ohio State football player that they signed at defensive end, and that guy is one of the brothers. I'll just leave it at that because I don't like him either way.
Well, you don't like Ohio State.
I don't. That's the truth. But eventually, it's going to matter. He's going to be good, and but we'll see what happens.
All right, Monday night game. This is the last game. You ready?
Yep.
This is where we're going to differ.
Mm-hmm.
Minnesota at the Bears.
Minnesota and the Bears. I'll go first. Give me Minnesota. I believe the Minnesota will beat them.
I got the Bears.
He's got the Bears, and you've got.
He hates the Bears. He's going Vikings.
I do hate the Bears, but
I'll tell you right now.
You got 30 seconds.
Vikings by 1.5.
Give me the Bears at home.
All right, so he's got the Bears. Wow. So you guys, there's a lot of going on, a lot of picks that wasn't the same. We've done it. We've reached the weekend, baby. We will be back on Monday. We're excited to see if our picks were right. You've been listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson at 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida. Have a great, safe weekend, everybody.